Hey guys, welcome back for another instructional video. Today we're going to talk about cue ball control with speed. In a previous video we talked about the wagon wheel, and the wagon wheel is a pretty famous drill. You can do a bunch of different ways. Generally it's a half ball hit set up at the side pocket, in which case we're going to manipulate our tangent line, our follow, and our draw, our stuns, follows, and draws, so that we can maneuver and have the cue ball hit different areas along the rail. And this is a great drill to learn about the effects of roll, spin, and slide to make the cue ball go wherever the heck you want. And it really talks about the path that the cue ball takes off of the object ball. This is where we learned that side spin does nothing except for make the shot more difficult until the cue ball touches a rail, and then it changes after that. So it's called wagon wheel because you create these spokes, right? If we're going to follow a tangent line, there's a spoke. If we're going to give it some follow, varying degrees of follow, it gives us different spokes, and varying draw, it gives us different spokes. So what happens when we've learned how to make the cue ball follow a particular path, but now we want to make it bounce and go someplace? Well, this is what I call 8 box, and really we can do it 9 boxes. What I want you to consider is that the table is split by 2 diamond by 2 diamond boxes. And you'll create these squares. So for example, if I'd like it to go into this square, this 2 diamond by 2 diamond box, that's very simple. We can just play a very soft little roll. We don't have to do anything fancy at all, right? If I want to do the same shot, but maybe I'd like to get into this next box. And these boxes are the wide parts of your shape zones. As you recall, shape zones are triangles. So if I'd like to land in this zone, it might be because my next shot is here and I want to put that ball on the side. Maybe it's over here and I want to put this ball in the corner. But identifying a zone now tells me how to hit it. I can just follow forward. I can follow a tangent line. Whatever I like to do, and the ball goes down into that box. Easy peasy. We can continue on for all of the different boxes by manipulating the aim, the spin, and the speed. Let's say I want to come back down to this box over here. Well, there's a few different ways we could do that. Well, certainly I can go follow 3 rails and use a bunch of side spin and put a good stroke on it. It sounds a lot like work. Something a lot of people don't realize is you can just stun down and stun back. If I can do a tangent line one direction, it'll just bounce back in the same direction, right? So let's just experiment. This is a great drill to experiment with, and let's see what happens. If I hit the same half ball hit, 50% of the energy stays with the cue ball, 50% goes with the object ball. If I was just to cheat the pocket 5 degrees, off of 30 degrees, that's 1/6. That means the cue ball will retain 1/6 more energy. The object ball receives 1/6 less energy. That's a lot of energy. So you might not have to hit it as hard as you think if you cheat the pocket a little bit. Now, forewarning, cheating the pocket changes the tangent line. So make sure we're adjusting for that. And then we send the cue ball. By manipulating the spin, the speed, and the aim, I'm able to get into the box that I need to get into. What happens if we wanted to come back to this box, or this box, or this box, or this box? Well, maybe we need some draw. We don't need side spin. Certainly we can do a tangent line and apply some side spin if we'd like to. We don't have to. We could manipulate the line into the rail. So if we were to give it a little bit of draw, and then that same amount of power, I would come back to here. Or if I follow some tangent line, if I just stun it down, give it a little bit of right hand spin, maybe it'll turn enough to get here, won't turn enough to get over here. Again, manipulating aim, spin, and speed. So I would also encourage you not only to do the 8 boxes you can see on the table, but also go to the middle of the table. I think that being able to send the cue ball to the middle of the table is a skill that everybody needs to practice. It's something you hear every night at league. Just get back to the middle of the table. But who practices it? So There's a lot of different drills you can do for returning to the center of the table. This is one that I encourage, and the 8-box drill is something that you can do for any shot as long as you have an angle. There's no reason why you couldn't do this shot and achieve all of the different 8 boxes plus the center of the table. Any angle at all, and you can get anywhere on the table. What makes pull hard to maneuver the cue ball is when you land straight, when all you have is the option to go forward or backwards. But as long as you have an angle, you don't even need any side spin. You can manipulate anywhere on the table without using any side spin. Side spin sometimes makes things easier to change the path, maybe to make the cue ball roll a little bit further or to kill it. There are some values to using side spin, but I want you to recognize you don't need side spin to maneuver the cue ball around the table. It's just a choice that you're going to reduce your pocketing percentage to increase your positioning percentage. And that's okay. That's your decision to make. Just make sure that you're weighing out the options. Is it worth missing the shot for? In any case, I hope that this inspires you to get out on the table and try to discover some things for yourself. Of all the things that I might be able to help you learn, recognize I can't teach anybody anything. No teacher can teach anybody anything. All we can do is help you discover things for yourself. And there's an infinite number of places that you can hit on the cue ball with an infinite amount of speed that you can hit, and manipulating these things, a lot of that has to be subconscious. It's a juggling act, right? So I can't tell you where to hit on the cue ball because I don't know how hard you're going to be hitting it. Best thing you can do is take a lesson, and we can talk about some of these things. If you're hitting a particular speed, I can make some suggestions that the ball went this way because you did this. Why don't you consider doing this with the same speed? Or consider doing this. And those are some of the things we can talk about in a private lesson, which is a little bit different than doing a recorded video. Plus, if your stroke isn't quite right, if you're misaligned, you don't even realize that you're always hitting a little fat or a little thin on the object ball, that's all going to change your results. So if you're trying this drill and you're struggling and you're not moving that ball where you want it to go, consider giving me a shout. Also, if you're not currently subscribed to us and you're just checking us out on the free Patreon, which we appreciate you being here nonetheless, consider donating that $5 a month, and you'll suddenly get a whole bunch of exclusive videos that you don't currently have access to, or become an Ultimate Dragon. For $45 a month, you get a 30-minute video training session with me. It's live. I give you immediate feedback, and considering my normal rate for a 30-minute lesson is $40 anyways, for $5 more you get all the exclusive videos, plus you get that 30-minute live one-on-one training every single month where you and I are going to be able to start taking some control of your game. Plus you get some other really cool gifts just for signing up. So please consider subscribing as a paid subscriber. And I don't make a ton of money off of this, but it does help keep the program going, and it helps to keep more content coming. So if you're enjoying what you're seeing, please think about what you could be seeing with just as little as a $5 a month subscription. As always, train better, do better, and shop better. And thank you for being here. Couldn't do any of this without you.